What the heck is going on, guys? Today we're at home here at PPC Total Turf Labs. I just got back this week from a like a turf grass research field day. It's actually a seed field day from Pure Seeds. It was awesome, man. You couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a PhD out there. So I was pretty low end on the spectrum of smarts out there, but I just kind of showed up and listened and learned a lot. We've got Bermudagrass here at home. I just threw a mow on it with the quick cat there and some really dull blades. The dull blade part is optional. I didn't realize how dull they were till I got going. But I'm excited about doing something else, so I didn't stop to sharpen lawnmower blades. If you've been watching this crap, you have seen 10 million times my story about the front yard and what I'm doing. I'm gonna tell it one more time in case somebody's new. And I will not show this thing again until it's resolved. How about that? All right, let's go to the front. Alright, I threw the quick cut on the front up here with the dull blades. Out here, I'm going to tell the story one more time, like I said. When I built the house, it had a Bahia Grass yard. Eventually, over time, Bermudagrass started creeping in, and I really didn't like the Bahia Grass because it gets a giant seed head on it like 2 days after you mow it, and it's not as tight and thick and lush and beautiful as Bermudagrass. I have thought about several options for this. I was just going to try to grow it all in, but as you can see, I just have a tremendous area that was just devoid of Bermudagrass out here. I sprayed all the Bahia Grass out of it, and it has made great strides as far as filling in, but not fast enough for me and my wife. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about it, and I'm tired of looking at it. And so I'm gonna make a move on it today. And being that I just got back from the seed research field day, I'm gonna seed it. Learned about some seeds. There are many new and improved varieties of seeded Bermudagrass. You know, your Cadillac Bermudagrasses usually come in a vegetative form. You gotta sprig them, sod them like your 419s and your Tiff Grands. But there's some new and improved stuff. We'll talk about it. Stay tuned. Most of this in my yard is just a common Bermuda that came, you know, some of it was wild, and I have attempted to seed it in at one time too, a little bit. Something like blackjack, I think is what's called. The better improved varieties of seeded Bermudagrass for years now have been things like Princess 77 and Riviera. Both of those are actually on their way out now, so is what the people at the field day told me. So the replacements for them, the replacement for Princess is going to be something called Arden 15, which has been out for a while, and the Riviera replacement is something called Monaco. And I picked up 25 pounds of Monaco. I'm gonna fix up this spot in the front yard. I'm gonna show you the Monaco and what it's all about. Hang tight. All right, this is my Monaco. According to the label, it's a superior seed. It's great for multiple uses. It's genetically darker in green color. It's got excellent density, great wear tolerance, and quicker spring green up, higher fall color retention. And it's coated with the Barenberg Seed Yellow Jacket Enhanced Seed Coating. And all that enhanced seed coating is, it's probably got a fungicide in it, and like a clay type substance or some kind of something to help it hold moisture. But this is the Monaco. All right, so what I'm going to do this thing, besides cut it with dull lawnmower blades, is I'm going to come out in this bare area, and I have a thatch rake for my walker mower. I'm just gonna kind of rough up all this stuff, then I'm gonna come through and aerate it, and then I'm gonna drag rake it again, Then I'm gonna put my Monaco seed out. I'm gonna drag that in with the tine rake again and spray over it with a starter fertilizer and put the Carbon Earth 818 on it. It's kind of thick and heavy, almost like a top dressing. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, I'll get to work. Y'all check it out. The idea behind this step is just to, I got a lot of Bahia Grass carcasses laying out there where I laid the carnage on it and killed that stuff out. So I didn't want to plant my seed directly into a bunch of Bahia Grass carcass. That would be terrible. So I just roughed it up to get me some exposure to the dirt. Because when you seed to soil contact is the key for when you're seeding and water. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'll show you my dethatch rake. Okay. There's the Walker dethatch rake, and obviously if you don't have a Walker or a dethatch rake you can't do this, but you can with just a regular rake. But this makes it pretty handy. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. It's just down on the ground like that and dethatches, and in this case decarcasses, gets the ground roughed up. All right, we're gonna get Pokey 5000 out here and aerate this thing now. And I needed to mention too, I kind of did this surgically, well, you know, whatever, to avoid pulling up a whole bunch of my Bermudagrass stolons that were running across there too. Got a few of them. Maybe I can stick that back in. All right, I'm gonna unleash Pokey 5000 on this thing here. Aerating for Bermuda seed, not 100% necessary, because Bermuda seed does not want to be that deep. About a quarter of an inch deep is all you really need it to be. If you get it too deep, it won't germinate. It won't be able to break through. But I'm gonna go ahead and aerate it pretty aggressively and come back over it and kind of rake it all down and smooth it out. Pokey 5000 in action. All right, here we go. We're gonna aerate this up with Pokey 5000. Get some of that. Now I'm going to take the walker and rake back over this thing again. No, it seems like a lot of steps. Just funny about my seeding. I know I could probably pretty easily put this seed in the permagreen and mix it probably about 50-50 with the Carbonex 818 for a carrier to get it where it'll come out of the, you know, the bigger spreader. But I've always been a chest spreader guy for Bermuda seed, centipede seed, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go with the same old strategy, but let's get some in here. La Gloria. show you what this looks like. All right, it's yellow, hence the yellow jacket coating. But I'm gonna get this out at about 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Hello, butterfly. All right. Well, I got seed is thrown down. Now what I'm gonna do now is I have in the permagreen ready to spray out a starter fertilizer that's humic acid and phosphorus and some zinc. And I also put about 2 gallons to the acre of Greene County fertilizer root growth stimulant in there. But you can get this sprayed. I'll set you up for a little action shot so you can check it out. Just throw her down, spray her down, spray and pray, whatever the thing is. Our seed is coated with starter fertilizer, humic, kelp, and whatever other goodies are in RGS now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my walker tine rake and put this stuff on in the ground. You don't leave your seed laid on top of the ground, man. You never seen a farmer do that. So I'm going to get this stuff raked in. Stand by. Got my seed worked into the ground here with my dethatch rake on my walker. The idea is you just want it to be just under the surface, less than 1/4 inch. So we got it covered up. So now I'm gonna throw some Carbon Earth 818 to it. All right, this is the Carbon Earth 818. It's got sulfate of potash in it, chicken manure, the biochar, humic, kelp, 4% iron. This is where it's at, people. This is a beautiful product. Look at that, greens grade. This is gonna flow through here like nobody's business. Milorganite, you're dead. Look at that stuff. There's gonna be lots more videos on the 818 coming out. This product right here is right in my wheelhouse. This is so flexible, you're gonna be able to do a ton of things with it, and it's got lots of goodies in it. This is something special. All right, I'm gonna run an obnoxious rate of the 818 into these bare spots out here, almost like a top dressing, just shy of a top dressing. Now that I got my seed in the ground, I'm gonna run some more of this over top of it. So. All right, you can't see this stuff coming out of the hopper. This is the first time I sprayed, as a matter of fact. But you can see the hopper draining down like an hourglass. It's so tiny and dark that it's hard to see. You just trust that it's going out, and it is. But I'm gonna get some on my regular lawn too at a little lighter rate, and this might be this product's gonna be fantastic for spoon feeding. But we're gonna get in more about 818 here in some future videos. But I'm super stoked about it. But I'm laying it down really heavy in these bare areas again, basically top dressing it. I mean, not quite top dressing, but I'm gonna get in just this little strip you see here, I'm gonna put close to 100 pounds in it. So. All right, I know this is loud, but I gotta clean up my mess. And then we'll talk about what to do about this stuff some more. Hey, Ty! All right, now I'm going to tell you why we rarely do what I just did in my, sorry, I've got to hold things to it, in my landscaping business. Warm season grass seed is slow to germinate. It's hard to get up and you have to be super diligent watering it. I'm going to have to set this little timer thing here with some hoses and sprinklers out in the yard, and you're going to want to keep this seed moist. So, I mean, you're going to run short and frequent watering cycles on it to keep the ground moist and hopefully get this to germinate pretty quickly. You may, in perfect conditions, I've yet to see a perfect condition though, when we're dealing with outside and grass, you may see something in 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. More than likely, we're talking, you know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And it's hard to keep somebody diligent watering something like this, just watering into the dirt, you know, and not seeing any results for weeks on end. And that's usually the reason you're unsuccessful with a warm season grass seed like Bermuda or centipede. And centipede establishes super slow, but this is, we're not talking about centipede. Who the hell would seed that? Anyway, so I'm gonna get this set up, start watering, and I promise I won't show this yard again until we got some grass going on. The man, the Carbonex 818, I'm gonna do some stuff with that. I am super excited about this stuff. It's just beautiful too. That product is gorgeous looking, and it's, man, the possibilities are limitless with that. But the smile won't wipe off my face because I'm so excited about that Carbon Earth 818. All right, guys, that was a lot of work. Now I just got to get this watering deal set up, and like I say, frequent, short watering intervals. So I'll set my timer up, and I think I got enough hoses and sprinklers to do this with. Might have to go get me another one. Might have an excuse to go to the Lowe's. All right, I'll check you guys out next time. Thanks for watching.